Okay, it is Tuesday, 19th of November, year of our Lord 2019, and it's test day. And we have just gone over number 22 from page 214 yesterday. If you availed yourself to that, Johnny and Sawyer. 4 stays, the answer is going to be negative. You've got a 4 in your numerator and a 1 in your denominator, so this is a 4. How do we get u to the 12th in the denominator? Because negative 9 minus 3 gives us negative 12. So this would have been, if I was to write it all out, negative 4, and then the u to the negative 12th will be written times 1 over u to the 12th. Has everybody got that? Because u to the negative 12 equals 1 over u to the 12th. So we have the 4 times 1 over u to the 12th. Boom, there you go. Got it? Any other questions? Quick. What's that? 23?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to look at it with me. Ready? 23 has a 16 on the top and an 8 on the bottom. How are those going to cancel each other out? What's that going to end up? Okay, 2 over 1. So the 8's eliminated, and at the top you have a 2. Now look at the a's. A squared, a to the 4th. What's 2 minus 4?
Negative.
So where's the a going to end up?
On the bottom.
On the bottom with a positive 2. You with me? I'll write it out in a second, but I want you to look at this with me. You got a 16 and an 8, which is going to end up 2 over 1. So you've got 2 at the top. You've got a to the negative 2. What's going to happen to it? It's going to be in the denominator as a positive 2. Now look at the b's. You got b to the 5th and b to the 1st. What's 5 minus 1? Where's that going to be? At the top or the bottom? It's not b to the negative 4. It's b to the 4th. So it's going to end up on top. So we end up with 2b to the 4th over a squared. Because we started with a 16 and an 8 as far as numbers, right? And up here must have been a to the, is that right? Was it a squared, a to the 4th on the bottom? And this was b to the 5th and a b?
Yeah.
Right? So handle the numbers first. 2 over 1. Everybody following? The letters next. A to the squared, a to the 4th, which is a to the negative 2, and that ends up being 1 over a to the positive 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. Boom. Positive, so it stays in the numerator. Bobblehead over there is shaking very quickly, yes. Noah and President Reagan agree, Johnny. That we get it.
Johnny.
And Sawyer.
You need to
Hi, Sawyer.
Carson.
Yes, Johnny. Please.
All right. Everybody got it?
I'm going to Carson. I'm going to Carson.
Are you ready?
I'm going to Carson.
Hold on, one more time. Because even though you haven't asked, greatest common factor. Listen, Kira, know the difference. I'm going to say it one more time. When you're trying to find greatest common factor and you got your prime factors, you have to look for the common factors and multiply them together. So say you had an a squared or you had 2 a's in one of your prime factorizations and only 1 a in the other. You can only use 1 a. That's the only one they share. One of them's got 2 a's, the other one's got 1 a. You can only use 1 a because they share that. And you multiply all common factors together. Switch gears when you go to find multiples. Lowest common multiple. Weird, but you don't even care about whether they're in common. You use all factors to their and multiply those together. So if in one factorization you've got a squared and the other one you've got an a, which one are you going to use? A squared. If you've got 2 to the 4th in one of your prime factorizations and 2 to the 3rd in another one, which one are you going to use?
2 to the 4th.
2 to the 4th. Because you're going to use all factors to their highest power. And one more time, the way I can remember that is multiples always make things bigger. So I'm going to use those to the highest power. The only thing you have to remember is it doesn't even matter if they're in common. With greatest common factor, use only the common ones and multiply them together. Scientific notation, if it's a negative exponent, the decimal point goes to the left. Positive exponent, it goes to the right. Yes?
I have a question. Okay, so you know how you put 0.000? So, like, would you put a comma?
No, you don't put, you don't separate your digits in the decimal part with commas. Yeah, it's all right. Good question. Hey, if you were confused. Do you understand your question? Like, you never see commas after the decimal point. Like, say there's 4 digits and you were writing 1,412. Well, if it's 0.1412, you don't put commas in there. Yes?
Okay, so what we do is the 0. Okay, so if it's 6.28,
Okay.
and it's saying negative or 10 to the negative 5th power or whatever, would you put it over 4 zeros and then it's the point and then a 0?
Hold up.
Or,
She says, you're telling me you're looking at 6.28 times 10 to the what?
negative 5.
-5. How am I going to write that? That's going to be to the -5. Here's my decimal point. It's already written in the decimal points after the first non-zero digit, right? So what's this number going to be? What was the number in standard form if it's 6.28 times 10 to the -5? How many places I got to go?
3 zeros.
I got to go 5 places to the, I'm starting here. 1. So how many zeros are going to be out front?
4.
So it's going to be 0.000628. That was the original number. That's standard form. 628, what would that be? Millions? 10 million. Got it? Here we go. Make sure your name's on it first. Listen, I can never stand here and count. I get too frustrated trying to count individual papers. So when you get into the back, this row here, I'll be with you in a second. I'll collect the extras. Yeah. Take one, pass it back, don't count them. Pass them over, no, please. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Oh, Zacchaeus and Evelyn, actually, you don't have to take this test today. You missed 3 days last week. But, listen, did you do page 214 beyond? I'm going to do it now. Did you?
Yes, I did.
Evelyn, if you got, like, I don't want to take this from you if you were ready. You did too. Okay. So, I guess, Evelyn, like, there's a lot in the lessons that I didn't assign those problems. So if you go through it, or you can, whatever you want to do. Yes, you can start there. You know?
Because all the teachers say, like, don't start yet. So then we have